listen, you got to make a living. If you're not born rich
Yeah.
and you want to be an artist, you got to get a job, right? So the job that I got was in an ad agency. And then I moved to another agency, and it was two different agencies. And it was a way of keeping my hand in terms of working on paper and moving things around, because there's always image and typography and a headline, and you've got to use your design skills. But I would try to paint in the evenings and on the weekends. But I'll be honest with you, when you work 10-hour days in an agency and you come home, there's hardly any energy left. So I would try to stick it into the weekends, but I could feel that, the balance wasn't right. Still, I continued to do that until that fateful day when I watched Robert Frank photograph for the little booklet I designed. And the photograph, listening to the click of the camera and then seeing that an incredible moment that had reached its peak of telling, it was so clear to me that I realized, the world is out there and you can get it in a flick of a shutter. You don't have to make paintings and everything. And the truth is that even though I was an abstract painter back in the late 50s, when I went to school and graduated, by living in New York, I was so much more aware of the social strata of the streets that I was starting to lean towards a kind of social commentary in my paintings. And so photography was the perfect new, insertion point for me. And so as soon as I borrowed that camera, I went out on the street and I began to look at life on the street and how disappearing moments had in them some kind of heightened reality or a sense of meaning or poetry or drama or tragedy. I mean, all of these emotional senses presented themselves to me, and I was quickly converted to being a photographer in color. I started with color right off the bat. I didn't even know about black and white in that sense. I just thought, the world's in color. I'm going to put color on the camera.